The silence before the storm. When the rumors of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo's secret affair began to circulate, the entertainment industry tightened its grip. Both stars belonged not just to themselves, but to empires, agencies, advertisers, global fanbases, billion-dollar endorsements. A scandal of this magnitude was too dangerous to allow breathing room. The silence wasn't accidental. It was engineered. Their teams worked overtime, erasing traces, scrubbing forums, and threatening tabloids. What the world saw was denial. What they didn't see was the quiet war raging behind the scenes to protect two of Korea's brightest stars. But the truth has a way of slipping through cracks. And in this case, the cracks were widening. Whispers in the dark. Anonymous insiders began leaking fragments of the story to entertainment journalists. A staff assistant who had worked closely with Song Hye-kyo claimed she had once found handwritten notes tucked inside her scripts, letters from Lee Min-ho, signed only with his initials. Another insider revealed late-night car rides, tinted windows, and discreet bodyguards paid to ensure no cameras caught them. The whispers were irresistible. Every fan forum buzzed with speculation. Were they really together? Is this why Song Hye-kyo seemed distant during press tours? Did Lee Min-ho betray her with another actress? Each whisper added fuel to the fire, but no one dared speak too loudly. Because every time the story got too close to exposure, it mysteriously disappeared. Articles were pulled down. Editors were silenced. Witnesses recanted. Someone was pulling the strings. The puppet masters, agencies and power. Behind every Korean superstar stands a powerful agency, and in this case, both agencies had their own motives. Lee Min-ho was at the height of his international career. He was the face of global brands, adored across Asia. Song Hye-kyo, with her reputation for elegance and resilience, was still recovering from her very public divorce. A scandal between them was both dangerous and profitable. On one side, executives feared damage to contracts worth millions. On the other, there were those who whispered that controversy could elevate their stardom even higher, because nothing sells like forbidden love. It became a tug of war: suppress the scandal to protect their image, or let it leak just enough to keep the world hungry. And while they fought, the real victims were Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo themselves. The betrayal that went deeper. The other woman, rumor haunted them like a ghost. While official statements denied everything, insiders swore that Song Hye-kyo had confronted Lee Min-ho after seeing undeniable proof, photos, messages, perhaps even confessions. But here's the twist. Some sources suggest the betrayal was not his alone. Behind closed doors, whispers claimed Song Hye-kyo had sought comfort in someone else's arms, an old friend, a co-star, perhaps even a confidant within her circle. If true, their tragic story wasn't just about one broken vow, it was about two wounded hearts, both guilty, both yearning, both too proud to admit how much they needed each other. The media's double face. Korean media played its role like a seasoned actor. Officially, reporters dismissed the rumors as fanfiction, exaggerated gossip with no evidence. Unofficially, they teased audiences with blind items. Two top stars, both household names, entangled in a secret romance turned sour. Everyone knew who they were talking about, yet no one dared to say the names out loud. It was a game of smoke and mirrors, one that left fans torn between disbelief and desperate curiosity. Some journalists even claimed their editors forbade them from publishing stories that were too specific. "We had the photos," one anonymous reporter revealed years later, "but the order came from above, bury it." The denial that broke them apart. For Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo, the greatest tragedy wasn't the betrayal, or the cover-up, or even the scandal itself. It was the denial, the constant pretending, the forced smiles, the interviews where they acted as though they were strangers. Imagine loving someone so fiercely, yet never being able to say their name. Imagine watching them in public, close enough to touch, yet forced to act as though you never mattered to each other. That denial became unbearable. It wasn't the public that destroyed them. It wasn't even the rumors. It was the silence. The last encounter. Years later, whispers claim they crossed paths again, at an awards show, backstage, surrounded by cameras and colleagues. Their eyes met. For a fleeting moment, everything they had buried came rushing back. No words were spoken, but those who witnessed it swore the air shifted, heavy with everything unsaid. They were older now, wiser, but still carrying scars. And in that glance was the tragic truth. They could have been everything to each other, but fate, pride, and the machine of fame had stolen it all away. A scandal that refuses to die. Today, the story of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo is less about proof and more about possibility. Fans still debated in whispers. Did it really happen? Were they really in love? Or was it just a carefully crafted illusion? But whether real or imagined, one thing is undeniable. It feels true. Too true. Because behind every perfect smile lies a secret. Behind every glamorous star lies a human heart. And sometimes, the most heartbreaking love stories are the ones the world was never meant to see. And so, the scandal lingers. Half truth, half myth, all tragedy. When shadows start talking. 4 years, the scandal lived in whispers, never proven, never denied. But as time passed, the silence began to crack. Former staff, retired reporters, and even old friends started speaking. Not on record, never on camera, but in private conversations, anonymous interviews, and cryptic online posts. And slowly, a picture began to form. It wasn't just rumor. It wasn't just fan-made fantasy. There had been something. Something real. Something fragile, intoxicating, and forbidden. The leaked messages. The first spark came when a series of screenshots surfaced on a private forum. They showed what appeared to be late-night texts between two unnamed celebrities, initials only. One message read, "I hate pretending I don't know you. Tonight, let's meet at the usual place." Another reply, "I'll come. Don't wait outside, too many eyes. Just trust me." The forum exploded. Fans dissected every word, every timestamp, every digital breadcrumb. The initials, the phrasing, even the timing aligned suspiciously well with the filming schedules of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo. Within hours, the screenshots were deleted. Within days, the account that posted them vanished. Coincidence? Or a cover-up? Photographs that shouldn't exist. Months later, grainy photos appeared on a gossip site, quickly taken down, but not before being saved by sharp-eyed fans. They showed two figures, both wearing masks and hats, slipping into a black van outside a luxury hotel. The woman's frame, her posture, her hair, eerily similar to Song Hye-kyo. The man's tall silhouette, his unmistakable broad shoulders, identical to Lee Min-ho's. No official source confirmed it was them. But for those who wanted to believe, the images were proof enough. The agency denials, too perfect? Both agencies released statements within hours. Baseless rumors. Malicious fabrications. Please respect the artist's privacy. But the speed of their response raised eyebrows. How could they dismiss the evidence so quickly unless they already knew what was coming? Some fans argued the denial was too polished, too rehearsed, as if it had been prepared long before the leaks ever happened. If there was nothing to hide, why work so hard to silence it? The ultimate twist, a love that never stood a chance. The final blow came from a source no one expected, a retired stylist who had once worked for both stars. In a rare, anonymous interview, she said, "They were in love, yes. I saw it. I lived through the cover-ups. But it was never going to last. Too much pressure, too many eyes, too many lies. They wanted to be normal people in love, but normal was the one thing they could never be." According to her, the relationship ended not with betrayal, not with anger, but with exhaustion. They were simply too tired of pretending, too tired of carrying a love they could never show the world. And so, they let it die. The truth fans never got. To this day, neither Lee Min-ho nor Song Hye-kyo has ever confirmed the scandal. No official evidence exists that could stand in court, no confession has ever left their lips. But the fragments, the messages, the photos, the denials, the testimonies, weave together into a story too haunting to ignore. A story of love and betrayal. A story of longing and denial. A story that may never be fully told, yet feels achingly, undeniably real. The ending that isn't an ending. And perhaps that's why the world cannot let go. Because in every red carpet glance, in every award show where they cross paths, fans look for signs. A flicker of recognition. A lingering stare. A smile too fragile, too fleeting. Were they lovers or just victims of the machine? Was it true or simply a perfectly crafted illusion? The answer may never come. And maybe that's the cruel beauty of it all. Behind the glamour, there was always something deeper, something raw, tragic, and unforgettable. And whether fact or fantasy, the scandal of Lee Min-ho and Song Hye-kyo will live on forever as the love story the world wasn't meant to see.